first ever gig of Phun City, who played together at the Tuxley Scout Hut, featuring a legendary guitarist and performer, Jim Honeyman Scott, or Jim Scott as we knew him back then. This gig came about because Jim was a high school boy, and although we didn't go to the same school, we did become friends. And also because Jim worked in the music shop in Hereford after school, I think, but primarily on a Saturday morning. This was probably the dream job that we all wish we had, of working in a music shop where we could just play records all day and hang around with our friends. Anyway, Jim was working in the music shop, and I think from discussing the band, we convinced him to come along and play with Phun City. Phun City is a fledgling band then, always to be fledgling, and destined for fledgling scrap heap. Unlike a few other Herefordian bands led by the Pretenders, of course, and a few others that did actually do something with their musical lives. Anyway, back to Tuxley and the Scout Hut. The roll call that evening was Jim on lead guitar. I think we had Robert Hill, actually, who came along because he was my school friend and lived next to the Scout Hut. I think he must have had an amp as well. So Robert came along, R.I.P. as well, actually, Robert Hill, to the gig with Alan Williams, who probably was doing a Ron Wood to Jim's Keith Richards on rhythm guitar. Bob Jones was lead vocalist that particular evening, and yours truly was on drums. And the performance consisted of at least two numbers, starting off with All Right Now by Free, which is popular at that time, and then followed by Out Demons Out, the long version, because the chorus, which went along the lines of Out Demons Out, were actually the only lyrics that we knew. So this was chanted probably for 8 to 10 minutes or longer by Bob and the rest of us. I think we then may have repeated All Right Now as an encore, but that will give you the measure of the gig. I'm not sure who the audience were actually at this show. I'm not even sure there was an audience. There may have been a couple of scouts hanging around, but thank goodness we weren't able to record this, as it would have been pretty bad. And this must have been some inspiration for Jim to realise that he'd sunk rock bottom performing at this one, and that the only other way was up, and that's certainly where he went. And the rest of us were destined, as I said, to the musical scrap heap. But that was just a brief recount of Phun City. The name everybody forgot, despite the fact I did actually paint it on the back of my sister's leather jacket and wore it around Hereford Hightown. And she was a little upset by this, and she didn't wear it. I wore it. And that was it. That was Phun City, and just a brief memory of Jim.